Hi Capricorn, and welcome to your July 2019 general reading. Your relationship readings are in Vimeo. They're down below if you want to click on there, and it'll take you to a Celtic cross for your relationship readings. So give me one card before I shuffle the deck for Capricorn, please. We're going into the eclipse season, Capricorn, so I think you probably know there's going to be a lot of shifts in your life this month, essentially. So give me one card to clarify Capricorn's energy. Yeah, you got the Breathe card. I think that's pretty apt when it's eclipse season in your sign, okay? The Breathe has a certain message to it, I always find. And sometimes what it's saying, Capricorn, is what's the hurry? So there might be a message to slow everything down, okay? That seems to be the theme for, actually, you're my fourth reading, and it's been the theme for everyone, to slow it down. Might be quite hard. There might be something pushing you this month to go for resolution. And there might be, and we'll find out in the cards what the Breathe means, but I had eclipse season last year in my sign, and you know what, it was just an awful lot of energy, very dynamic, but no catastrophes, Capricorn. Don't believe any philosophy based on fear and dread, because just don't, basically. Sorry, give me a minute to shuffle the cards. I want to split the cards into three. They need a little bit more shuffling. And then, oh no! They all flew out. Give me 1 minute, guys, please. I knew they were going to fly out. It's because there's a lot of energy coming through. Give me a minute. One more shuffle and one more cut, and that'll be it. There wasn't any specific cards flying out. Actually, the Eight of Cups was there. Questing. So give me a minute. Give me clear-cut messages for the sign of Capricorn. Oh my god, your cards are just crazy. Gosh, slow down. Oh my gosh, okay. Two of Wands behind you with the Eight of Wands. What you want is the Fool, absolutely. Who doesn't? Actually, some people don't like the Fool because it's that free-spirited energy. He carries nothing, but it is the Zero. So maybe some of you are craving this fresh start. Yeah, which is what eclipse season should be about. It should be the ending of certain karmic dynamics. You know, the stories that keep happening to us that go round and round in our head. What's helping you get the Fool is the Six of Swords. The challenge is the Queen of Swords. Who's showing up in your relationship? You've got a Taurus showing up in your relationships, or this is two different ways this is going to play out. This is the energy of commitment, or it's the energy of feeling stuck. How this will show out, I'm quite interested now. Everyone tends to jump up and down when they see the Hierophant, but it doesn't always represent that. Taurus can be great, or Taurus can mean something so stuck that you can't get that Fool. Do you understand? The tarot can be very complex. King of Swords in your money and work. A little bit detached here. Yeah, the Lovers, that soul position. So clearly, we're dealing with the energy of relationships, because the soul energy is almost the most important part of us. It's the centre of the wheel. Okay, and the outcome is your own card. I'll clarify that. Tell me more about why the Devil's showing up. One card, please. Just one. Ace of Wands, yeah. So this could be breaking through, or there's one hell of an attraction going on, guys, okay? The devil isn't a bad card in a relationship. Sometimes it can mean the lovers has got turned upside down. So something's got a little bit stuck. And the Ace of Wands is that flame that gets things moving. It's going to play out differently. Might have to do a little bit of clarifying. And your relationship readings on Vimeo can clarify things for you, okay? So what's going on? Two of Wands with the Eight of Wands. Two of Wands, the classic fork in the road. Undecisive. But I think the Two of Wands sometimes can be a little bit of a cop-out because he's got the ace in his hand, which means he knows exactly what he wants. But really the Two of Wands is breaking through. Sometimes fear, sometimes resistance, but sometimes it can actually be a little bit of a blockage because we're not always in charge of our destiny. Actually, we're very, very often in charge of our destiny. It's with the Eight of Wands, so there might have been some sort of communication. Yeah, some sort of communication, but because the Two of Wands is there, there's still a sense of, even though there's a lot of fire, there's still a sense of uncertainty about what's coming next. So you desire this beautiful Fool. The Fool's our true home. It's where we come from and it's where we'll return. And every single tarot card is a card taking us back to the Fool. So the Fool's a 0, it's the blank slate, and that's why I'm reading this Hierophant. I can't quite work out what he's doing here. You can have a committed relationship and be a free spirit. You can, so I didn't mean it in a way that's sort of patronising here. But they're almost contradictory energies. The Fool's the blank canvas. I mean, who can remember waking up in the morning and feeling your life was actually your own? That you could walk forward following your heart and carrying no past with you. So you're just following your heart, following your impulse, which is really our true destiny in this life. There's a few people in the world who actually live that way. So the gift is the Six of Swords, which is helping you get the Fool. Some of you might be leaving something behind. Yeah, tell me more about the Six of Swords as the gift, because this is what's helping you get the Fool. So leaving the 5 behind, so leaving difficulties behind and moving to calmer waters. We never can quite tell where she's going. So she's in transition, okay? It is a healing card. Some people use that word, like, including myself, but we don't ever really know what courage and what strength and what difficulties that have caused her to move on with her life. I'm going to clarify it for you. One clarifying card with the Six of Swords, please. Just one. What's the Six of Swords about? Just one card, please. Yeah, the Three of Wands. So some of you have been waiting for something, but the fact that you're now in the Six of Swords is a sort of feeling that the waiting has come to an end. You're not quite at your final destination, Capricorn, by the way, because the Six of Swords is not a final destination card. But the Three of Wands is a clarifier, means you've gone beyond the 1 and the 2. There is a sense of still waiting for something, and you're probably waiting to find out what this new place is that you're going to, what it's going to look like, who's going to be there. It's very interesting energy. Now the challenge is the Queen of Swords. Can be an air sign person, or she's looking at these cards. So really the challenge might be having perfect clarity. Now that's the thing, Capricorn. The mind wants to know all the details before it sets sail. Life doesn't work that way. That is the cause of fear and anxiety. So some of you might be on this little bit of a... When you're in the Six of Swords energy, you're literally... Oh, it's a really hard card to describe. I find it quite a peaceful card. But it's definitely a card of some sort of movement. And the difficulty might be either an air sign person or not knowing exactly where you're going. So most people don't leave shore because they cannot bear the energy of anxiety. But behind anxiety lies where we're looking for. It's on the other side of our fear. And that's what's going to help you get this beautiful zero, this feeling that your destiny is your own. So, what on earth is this Hierophant doing in your relationship house yet? So it can be a Taurus. It can be some of you might even be getting married. It's a very interesting card to show up here. Or some of you are moving away from this Hierophant with the Six of Swords. Tell me more about the Hierophant, please. This is quite interesting. You've got the Hierophant with the Death card. I think there might be a couple of different stories playing out here. Because sometimes I get really strong first impressions when I see a card. And it felt really odd to have the Hierophant with the Fool card. Unless, I mean, I'm really not making a judgment here, but it didn't, because the Hierophant is very much about the establishment, the rules of society, yeah? And the Fool is anti all that, so it's a very interesting combination of cards. So some of yous are letting go of a connection, by the way. Some of yous are making real changes with the Death card. So shredding one old identity and moving on to a new one. So some of yous might find you're going into a commitment, and it's that commitment that allows you to feel like the Fool card. So the cards are very complex. So checking out your relationship readings, looking out for the weeklies will clarify how this is playing out for you. I almost want one more connecting card here. Yeah, you got it. It's a bit weird. One please, not 100. You got a Page of Pentacles. So some of you are letting go because something else is taking shape. Some of you are definitely going into a very committed relationship, by the way. It's because the pages are all about new beginnings and new starts. Some of you are letting go of an old identity, and that old identity might be one of being the Queen of Swords and her shadow side, which could be someone who's quite cut off emotionally. And to get to the Fool card means you're letting go and moving into a committed situation. This is a little bit of a spin out reading, guys, okay? Don't worry. Money and work, you've got the King of Swords. What's he doing here with the Ace of Pentacles? So the Ace of Pentacles could be about a new job, a new something being created, okay? So if some of you are looking for a new job, this is a great sign. The King of Swords is quite an official card showing up in the work. So you might be a little bit detached because you're starting something new. So you're in that process of letting go in order to birth something new, okay? Or you're just sort of, ooh. That King of Swords is a funny card. It's not that I don't like him. It's not a card that totally resonates with me, okay? Because he's quite official, quite standoffish. But for some of you might have to be that way because you're starting something new. One more card in money and work, yeah, because you've got the Ten of Cups. So you're leaving behind. So you know that sometimes when you're leaving something behind, there's a process of change before we actually make a change. And sometimes what happens is we lose our enthusiasm, we detach before we actually make the changes in our lives. And sometimes we detach for a few months, sometimes it's years. That tends to be where the pain barrier is. So if some of you are a bit fed up with your job, it might be time to make some changes, by the way, definitely. So the Lover's card is at a soul level. Do you want to clarify this with me? And the Sun card. This is the weirdest reading I have done yet. So the Lovers and the Sun is about some sort of relationship coming into the sun, coming into clarity, okay? Beautiful. It's about illumination, which is so odd about this relationship story here. I can't quite remember your Vimeo reading, but the Death card has appeared recently for me, because when people clarify, then obviously, but in a private reading, people actually get married, and because the Hierophant's there, and for some people it's having a very established situation that allows them to feel this beautiful Fool. Yeah, for other people it's not, because everyone's makeup is different. But some of you are moving forward to this brand new start. So the Page of Pentacles could be about creating a house together. Some of you are letting go of one relationship to move down a new path with someone else, and this is a transitional energy as the gift. So you're moving forward to something which is new, and it looks like you're moving forward to one hell of a beautiful place, Capricorn, actually. But eclipse season might be a little bit rocky. The advice is, don't try and control everything. That's where we fall into trouble. It's that roller coaster, isn't it? And if we ride it, we get to our destination. But the outcome is a Devil, okay? So again, this is potentially one very, very strong attraction. Because it's with the Ace of Wands, okay? I am sort of more reading this as relationship dynamics. Again, as a small amount of you that are still blocking something. This might not be you. This might be someone else in your life, but other people bring us our karma, for better or for worse. So the Devil is the Lover's card turned back to front. So you get all this joy, but there's also a complex story playing out here. And do I think your whole life's going to be resolved in the month of July? No, I don't actually. Tell me more about this Ace of Wands then. Because this is the birth of a new beginning, yeah? And because it's with the Devil card, it can be the end of an oppressive and very stuck cycle and moving forward to this brand new ace. Any more clarity on these cards? Oh, I have to try and be fair to everyone. Yeah, look, Page of Cups. So that's two aces basically. Capricorn, this is the most confusing reading I've done in quite a long time, okay? Really what you're seeking is this freedom with the Fool card. But what freedom means to one person is different for another person. And I think that there's three different stories in your relationship dynamic. Some people are definitely leaving something behind and moving forward to something else. Six of Swords. Death card for the Hierophant and the Page of Pentacles, without a doubt. Okay, some of you are in your relationship's going really well, and it gives you the foundation that you need. We can't judge anyone. But the challenge with this Queen of Swords is getting this 360-degree vision. Even the most gifted astrologer or tarot reader cannot give you 360-degree vision. And for some of you, this is a struggle, especially when you're in the Six of Swords and when you're in this transition energy. It can be a little bit of a block, because I don't want to move forward because I don't know what's coming next. Life doesn't work that way. That's how we left the womb, so we could move out and grow. And this is clearly a reading about an awful lot of growth taking place, Capricorn. There's no difficult cards here. The difficulty for some of you is it's going to be in some sort of transition and having, it's like I don't quite know where I'm going, and the struggle is not being able to see clearly. But the universe gives us one step at a time, and it's about following the small steps. What's going on in a soul level is this immense solar energy, illumination, coming to a relationship issue. It's clearly, for some of you, there's still a shredding to do to get there. And it might be shredding your old single life in order to become married, or shredding one relationship to move towards another one. And I don't quite know what or whom or what's going on here. It's a typical eclipse reading, Capricorn. The best bet is to check out the weeklies as they unfold. If you're able to, get a Vimeo reading, and it might back up the story, or have faith. What she takes with her in this boat is these Six of Swords. These are our thinking processes. So to be the fool is to carry nothing. So he doesn't carry this Ten of Wands over his shoulder. He travels freely and he travels lightly. And that's why he loves so completely. Quite a story here. Is there any more clarifying cards? Okay, you've got the Loyal Heart card and you've got the Soulmate card. There's clearly a relationship going on here. Some of you are definitely leaving one behind to move to a new one, or releasing the past that you carried, shredding an old identity, the Death card, to get to the Fool in order for you to move forward. Boy, Capricorn, I wasn't expecting that one. Love you lots. There's ways to clarify this, or just check out the weeklies, or my contact details are below. Lots of love, guys. Bye.